So this course is for clinicians, therapists, individuals, healthcare professionals. It's really for anyone who is looking for an understanding of not only their own physiology, but how that connects with the outside world, right? Because we are experiencing anxiety, stress, burnout, digestive, inflammatory symptoms in relationship to where we live, to where we work, to the environment, to our sensory system, and our clients and patients and children are all experiencing them as well. And a lot of times we just don't have the names for what's actually happening and how the nervous system has been impacted. So I started with neurodevelopment almost 32 years ago, learning when my niece had a traumatic brain injury. And so we learned how, even though we didn't know the word neuroplastic, we learned about how to repattern the brain, nervous system, gut, so that she really made a full recovery. But at that time, it was really unheard of. So integrating, as I went on and learned about Chinese medicine and neuro-integrative medicine, we learned how this complex behavioral, emotional, and physical patterns that are often labeled through psychological or physiological diagnosis are really all connected, and we can use so many different aspects in order to support and change these connected systems. So we do go through the foundation of polyvagal theory because this is neuro-integrative medicine through a polyvagal lens, right? Because we're talking about the entire autonomic nervous system functioning. So this can be brain-gut communication, it can be how our gut is constantly in communication with our autonomic nervous system and how that's a feedback loop as well. So our feedback loops are not just brain-gut axis, it is about the communication feedback loops that are within all of our systems in a connected way. So we are going to talk about what inflammation means. It's a catchphrase used a lot nowadays, but what inflammation really looks like. What is metabolic load? What is sensory input? And we're processing 1 billion bits of information, up to 1 billion bits of information every second. And that means that there's a lot of strain and drain going on. It's more now than our ancestors processed in months. The goal here is to help individuals, firstly, to identify their own personal nervous system cues and what our gut is telling us, so then we can reduce physiological load. So, of course, we do go into supplementation. We look at blood tests even in a very digestible way. There's no barrier to entry here, whether you've looked at a lab report or not. I use them as illustrations of, for instance, how certain foods actually impact the brain's neurochemistry and how the brain actually can't tell between certain toxins that body's receiving and actually an autoimmune disease. So a lot of these things that we bring in this course are to help, firstly, the individual to understand, hey, here's the full system and here's what's impacting me, which actually opens up agency so that we can then make different choices that are personalized to us. We do talk about IBS and gut dysregulation and dysautonomia, autoimmune and inflammatory conditions, because there have been so many advances in understanding that in relation, let's say, to foods that are going into our body that are received and digested easily and perceived by our body as safe, right, as opposed to threat, have a different effect on our nervous system.